Welcome back into my incredibly messy bed. And I think I'm gonna start a bed making service, and I'm just gonna make bank doing that because, you know, look how great. You can't even see it. It looks pretty good. You can see like a third of it. Anyway, though, welcome back to another Madden 20 rebuild. Today, it's going to be a realistic rebuild of the Minnesota Vikings. And if this is the first video you're watching of mine, and if you enjoy watching Madden 20 rebuilds, definitely consider hitting that subscribe button down below. And if you enjoy this video in particular, I would really appreciate it if you can hit that like button as well. And while you're down there, if you'd like to follow me on Twitter, join my Discord, or check out my second channel, links to all three are in the description. One more thing, I actually recently started to stream, so if you want to check out my Twitch channel, it'll also be in the description, but it's twitch.tv/I'mShrammy. Also, I don't think this beanie is ever going to leave. It's probably just going to be here for the rest of time. But let's start going over the team here. So the Vikings have a good team, 80 overall, 80 offense, 81 defense. I also think they had one of the best drafts. I think most people do. The Vikings killed the draft. They were able to land Justin Jefferson, who has hidden development trait. I just gave him star. I think that's fair. He's a really talented receiver. He's a good slot receiver for us here. I know Thielen can play in the slot as well, but I think I'm going to have Justin Jefferson play that role just to get him as involved as possible. They drafted Ezra Cleveland, who I also gave star development. He was a really good tackle, and I think getting him in the second round was great value there. I'll talk about a few of their other draft picks when I go over to the defense here, but let's continue talking about the offense. Kirk Cousins is the starting quarterback. I think Kirk Cousins is a good quarterback, but I just don't know how well he's going to play in Madden, and he's also going to regress, I'm sure, really badly. So I'm sure we're going to have to draft a quarterback in the next couple of seasons. I don't think I'll target one this year. Hopefully we can get some good auto-generated quarterbacks. Dalvin Cook, though, is one of the best runners in football right now. Superstar X Factor, 91 overall, 24 years old. He's going to be a stud for us, but then backing him up, they have Alexander Madison, who was a good rookie this past season. He's a strong running back. He has good carrying. You know, he's not too fast, but it's okay. He doesn't really need to be. Adam Thielen, then, is the #1 receiver. He's one of the best receivers in football as well. He's certainly one of the best route runners in football right now. He has excellent hands. Not too fast, but it doesn't really need to be fast. I mentioned earlier how he's like good in the slot. He's a 90 overall in that position, but I think Justin Jefferson will still play there. He is an X factor as well, which is huge, but the thing is he's 29 years old, so he's probably going to regress really, really poorly for us here. Hopefully we can get some kind of replacement for him. I don't know how many years he has left on his contract. Let me check really quickly. He has 6 more years left on his contract. Oh my, they gave him a big deal. Okay, well that's fun. He's going to be making top tier money for a long time. We may even have to look to cut him at some point in the future. Actually, probably not. We're not going to see the end of that contract. I'm not going to go that many years, so we can probably even keep him on the team. He's just going to be really expensive, but we'll make it work. So Ezra Cleveland, I mentioned before, I think he is going to start at left tackle. I'd rather have him there than Riley Reef, who is old and expensive. I don't even want Reef on the team anymore. Pat Elflein isn't too bad at left guard. Garrett Bradbury was a rookie at the start of Madden 20 here, so he's still a rookie for us, you know, right now. 77 overall, hidden development trait. He's a really good center to have. Drew Samia, I guess, is the starting right guard. Another rookie. He's a 67 overall, though. We're definitely going to have to look to get a new guard at some point in the future. Then Brian O'Neill at right tackle isn't too bad. Kyle Rudolph is still a solid tight end, but they do have Irv Smith, so when Kyle Rudolph regresses, I don't have to worry about getting another tight end because Irv Smith is still pretty good. And then defensively, we can talk about a few of their other draft picks. Jeff Gladney they took in the first round as well. He's a solid cornerback, and they definitely need cornerback help on this team. Cameron Dantzler they were able to select. He's another good cornerback. I'm not sure if they're both going to start this year because Holton Hill isn't too bad, and he's still young, so I kind of want him to get some play time. Actually, there's no reason not to start Cameron Dantzler. He's a 71, and Hill's only a 72. Yeah, so Gladney and Dantzler are going to start for us here. I'm sorry all you Holton Hill fans, but it just makes more sense to me to start more rookies if I can. And then Mike Hughes will be the #1 cornerback. 74 overall star development. Hopefully these guys can develop well. That would be really cool. I didn't bother giving Dantzler star development. I only really messed with like the first couple draft picks. Dantzler may end up with star development at some point because he is a good cornerback, but as for now, I'm just going to give him normal. Harrison Smith and Anthony Harris are the safeties. I think Harris is a very underrated player in this game. I think he should be like an 86, 87 overall. He's a really good safety, and normal development just sucks on him because he's 27 years old. He's going to regress really poorly in the next couple of seasons. I know he was tagged, right? So we can probably bring him back for like a year or two after this. But Harrison Smith, I'm going to try to keep as long as I can. They were able to draft Troy Dye as well fairly late. I think he's going to play right outside linebacker instead of Ben Gideon there. Eric Kendricks is a great middle linebacker, one of the best in football, at least this past season. He played super well. He's fast, he can tackle, good acceleration. He's just a really good player. Anthony Barr is also a good outside linebacker there, 80 overall for him. Daniil Hunter, an excellent edge rusher. He's very young too, super athletic. He has 88 speed, 90 acceleration. He can do everything super well there. Michael Pearce, they signed in free agency. He's a good defensive tackle for sure, 91 overall. And then Anthony Zettel, and I forgot your first name. Shamar Stephen. Sorry, I forgot his name. But that is the rest of the defense here. The Vikings have a good defense still. Like, their cornerbacks aren't too good, but they do have a bunch of young guys. So if they can develop into something, this defense can look very, very scary this next season. But I'm going to change a couple things around, and I'll begin simulation. I was asked a couple times in my last rebuild which draft class I was using. Here's the name of the file, OSFX21. And I'm going to make a couple changes to it right now. So the one I use in this video isn't technically the same, but you can change players around if you want to as well. But I am going to move up a couple players, like Trevor Lawrence. Some of you guys are telling me to move him up. I understand, I definitely think he should. Even in my last video, I mentioned that he shouldn't be the 10th best player in this class, because he should certainly be like the number 1 or 2 ranked player in this class. All right, so how is the team looking here at week 9? 2-6. So not playing well whatsoever. 6-2 for the Packers, 5-2 for the Lions, 3-4 for the Bears. I've heard that the Vikings suck in simulation. I've had experience with them not playing well a bunch in the past. I hope something can change at some point for us here, but hopefully, like, at least the rookies are playing well. Like Justin Jefferson, he's up to an 80 overall with that experience point, so seems like he's doing at least okay. Irv Smith is actually up to an 80 overall as well. Ezra Cleveland's only a 71. He's not getting many experience points. Defensively, Jeff Gladney is up a little bit. He's a 74. Cameron Dantzler's a 72. Troy Dye is starting at right outside linebacker. I have him over here. I just forgot to actually make him starting, but he's the backup sub linebacker, so he is playing a lot. He's a 72 overall. He went up a little bit too. But yeah, the team's not performing too well, but maybe this will at least give us, you know, a good draft pick, or maybe we can land one of the top, like, offensive linemen in the class or something like that. That'd be pretty cool. But Anthony Harris, I mentioned that I did want to bring him back for at least a little bit. How much money do we have? Actually, a good bit of money. I don't really want to give him a 4-year contract, to be honest. Maybe we just tag him again. I kind of feel bad for doing that. A 4-year contract wouldn't be all that bad. Let's see if he wants that straight up. If he doesn't, then I'll try to bring him back at the end of the year. I'm going to wait for him to regress a little bit. He might at the end of the season, so I'll wait for that. But I really don't think I want anybody here right now, so I'm just going to go to the end of the season. This season did not seem too good. We've finished 4-12. The Lions win the division going 12-4. Okay, the Packers 10-6, Bears 7-9. At least we should have like a top 3 draft pick. That's what I'm looking for here. Kirk Cousins over 4,000 yards, 28 touchdowns, 11 picks. Not a terrible year, but not that great either. Rushing wise though, Dalvin Cook, 908 yards, 6 touchdowns. I feel like we have to give him the ball a little bit more here. Receiving wise, Justin Jefferson had a really good rookie year. 81 catches, 1,222 yards, 9 touchdowns. We may have had a bad season, but at least Justin Jefferson went off. Adam Thielen, 834 yards. Kyle Rudolph gets 8 touchdowns. Not too bad there. Blocking, Ezra Cleveland was not good. Maybe he slides around the offensive line at some point. I don't know. Defensively, then, Troy Dye, 112 tackles, leads the team. 109 for Eric Hendricks, 102 for Jeff Gladney. This could actually be a development trade upgrade for Gladney, because I know tackles are very important in that regard, so maybe he can go up to superstar. That would be awesome. 17 tackles for loss for Danielle Hunter, leads the team. 7.5 sacks for Anthony Zettel. Actually, a really good year for him. 7 for Danielle Hunter. Interceptions, 3 for Eric Hendricks, 2 for Gladney, 1 for Hughes, Harris, and Dantzler. We have no touchdowns or blocked kicks, but Michael Pearce did get a safety. Okay, so we were 27th in the NFL on offense. I'm using the Titans playbook too. That playbook usually does really well for me, but just not here. 21st in the NFL on defense, so both around the same area. Phillip Rivers is going to win MVP. Okay, I doubt anybody from the Vikings is on this list. Cam Newton always gets signed by the Giants in these, and they always do well with him. That's funny. They went 9-7 with Cam Newton. NFC Offensive Player of the Year is Matt Ryan. Probably nobody from the Vikings. Defensive Player of the Year is Shaq Thompson. Okay. I don't see anyone from the Vikings, but Isaiah Simmons is in there at number 4. He's going to be insane. Even with normal development, he's going to be incredible. Kyler Murray, Offensive Rookie of the Year. We do have Justin Jefferson, though, at number 4. Would have been cool if he could have won that, but it's okay. I think he still played really well. And there's Gronk. Rob Gronkowski at number 10. This game's so funny with stuff like that. Defensive Rookie of the Year does go to Isaiah Simmons, but Troy Dye at number 4, Jeff Gladney at number 6. Okay, we had a lot of rookies like playing, so I hope they at least developed well. I'm sure though that Justin Jefferson is going to go up incredibly well. I wish I can get the wide receiver upgrade with this too, but I'm not able to. Let's try the defensive back one, because it'd be really cool if Jeff Gladney could go up to superstar development. Let's go straight to the Super Bowl. The Falcons and the Chiefs are in the Super Bowl. Let's see if the Chiefs can go back-to-back. They can go back-to-back. 31-21, they take down the Falcons. All right, let's check out development trade upgrades and all that good stuff. Justin Jefferson is up to superstar. That is huge for us here. I love to see that. I think Irv Smith is going to start at tight end instead of Kyle Rudolph next year. What is this contract looking like? Maybe we try to trade him or something? He has 4 years left on his contract? Ooh, I don't know what to do with him then. Why did they give him such a big deal? Wow, okay. I still want Irv Smith starting, but it just sucks that Kyle Rudolph is going to be that expensive this entire time. Defensively then, Jeff Gladney did go up to superstar. That is massive for us. Troy Dye is up to star. Okay, these rookies played really well this season. I'm perfectly fine with most of these guys starting again. Ezra Cleveland did not play well though. He is a better guard than he is a tackle. So maybe he can play right guard and we can try to draft like Penn Sewell. That would actually be huge for us here if I'm able to do that. But Anthony Harris is still a free agent. I want him back on the team, but I don't know how badly. I might just try to tag him again, to be honest, because he's going to regress pretty badly after this. I'm going to go that route. I'm sorry, Anthony Harris. You're going to get franchise tagged again. $6 million? Yeah, I'm definitely going to franchise tag him. That's fine. I'm not going to go after anyone else there. Let's hop into free agency. $24.57 million. And Chris Jones is always the top free agent. Shaq Barrett would actually be a really good defensive end for us, and I'm pretty certain he got tagged. So it makes sense for him to be here right now. Yeah, it looks like he did get tagged. Okay, so I'm going to go after him, and he's going to be one of our defensive ends, I think, if I'm able to get him. Let's see if we were able to get Shaq Barrett. This would be huge for us, and we were not. He rejected the contract. He's one of those players who's actually really hard to get for some reason. Every time I give him a lot of money, he just never wants to come to my team. We are just going to hop into the draft then. I didn't bother going after anyone else. We have the first overall pick. Okay, I would love to take Penn Sewell with this pick, but maybe I actually trade this one away. Let's see, the Raiders draft second. Right, let's see if the Raiders would take a tackle. They very well could, because Colton Miller should still be their starting left tackle. I don't know what his overall is right now. Left tackle is their second need, and Colton Miller's a 74. They really need linebacker too. I think I'm going to take this player instead. Let's see if they're even offering anything, because I don't want to manually trade back with them. They are not offering anything, so I think I'm just going to take Penn Sewell with this pick. I think he's going to help this team out a lot. He's going to be starting at left tackle, and then Cleveland, I think, is going to be starting at a right guard. So Penn Sewell, welcome to the team. He's a 78 overall hidden development trait. He's ranked number 5. We took him at number 1. I think that's still a fair draft pick for us here, though. He should be a really, really good franchise left tackle for us. And now in the second round, I would love to land a receiver if possible. If Rondale Moore can fall to the second round, I would be so happy. Now, this probably won't happen in real life, but you never know how the season's going to play out, I guess. Let's see who's here at wide receiver. Kavon Wallace is the best receiver. I still wouldn't mind taking him with this pick. I don't know if I will, though. Let me look around a little bit more. I do still need a defensive end, and Ayabi Anoma is supposed to go mid-second round. I definitely butchered his name, by the way, but he's supposed to go mid-second round. I was thinking about taking Patrick Johnson instead, but he's supposed to go late second round in terms of his talent. So I think Anoma's going to be a little bit better, so we're going to take him here. He's a 72 overall, and he has hidden development trait. Okay, that's a good draft pick. I'm definitely all for that one. He's really fast, too. 86 speed, 85 acceleration, 83 strength, 78 finesse move, 77 tackling. He can certainly start on the defensive line for us this next season. Let me see if there are any other wide receivers available right now. Justin Fields is still here. Oh, no. Devontae Smith is available as well. Oh, I think Devontae Smith has to be the draft pick here in the third round. Welcome to the team, my friend. He's a 75 overall with normal. This draft has gone incredibly well right now. 92 speed, 91 acceleration, 87 catching. Can't route run all that well, but he is going to be playing, I think, the number 3 position. So he shouldn't get targeted all that much, since we're going to have Adam Thielen playing the 1, and then Justin Jefferson as the 2 in the slot. But I still think it's a really good draft pick. I'd rather have him than Tajay Sharp. I'm going to go with Kerry Vincent here, I think, just to get some more cornerback depth on this team. He's a 68 overall normal development. He was a fast player, 96 speed, so I don't mind having him on the team. He's at least good for special teams. I'm going to see if I can land like a 4th round draft pick next year for this 5th. That'd be really cool if I'm able to do that. There's a 4th round draft pick next year from the Texans, one with the Seahawks as well, or the Packers. The Jaguars are normally actually really good, but I think I'm going to go with them. Maybe they'll be bad this year. I'm not sure what draft pick they had normally, but I don't know. We're going to take a shot there. You know what? We're going to take Sam Ehlinger, quarterback out of Texas. Why not, man? Welcome to the team. He's a 60 overall. I didn't really expect to get a quarterback to start or anything like that, but why not get a backup? I'm going to see if I can trade away the 7th round draft pick for like a 5th next year. Yeah, I'm getting offered a bunch, actually. The Raiders are offering me a 5th round draft pick next year. I'll probably take that one. Why do so many people want to trade up right now? So many people want this draft pick. I want to take the Raiders for next season. Okay, let's go over the draft recap here. I think I did pretty well. Let me know in the comments how you feel about this draft. We got a franchise left tackle. Looks like we have a really good defensive end, and we have a great number 3 receiver who could potentially even develop and move up in the depth chart because Adam Thielen will be regressing throughout the course of this rebuild. A 68 overall cornerback isn't too bad, and then a backup quarterback because why not? Let's see who went after we picked, though. So Gregory Rousseau went at pick number 2. Patrick Surtain went to the Bengals. Micah Parsons to the Dolphins. Samuel Cosme went to the Broncos. Where did Trevor Lawrence end up going? He went to the Steelers at pick number 14. Trevor Lawrence fell to pick number 14. Well, I mean, Justin Fields fell to like, what, the 3rd round? That's insane. I don't know why quarterbacks don't go sooner. It makes no sense to me. I accidentally just advanced 1 week into the preseason without going over the team. Not that big of a deal, though, but here's a look at the offense. So now we have a new starting left tackle. Cleveland to move to right guard. Justin Jefferson is up to superstar development. The offense does look very different from a year ago. The team looks a lot better, too. 84 overall, 84 offense, 84 defense. Hopefully, though, this team can start to click because I definitely think this team is good enough to make it into the playoffs. Onoma is now starting at right end. Jeff Gladney is up to superstar development. Troy Dye is developing well too. He's up to star. The team is looking really good, in my opinion. I definitely think they can make it to the playoffs. Also, we have Kavon Wallace on the team. That just always happens. The contracts for the rookies aren't super accurate, so a lot of them end up in free agency since they all have normal development. And then the team will just go ahead and sign them for no reason. I'm not actually going through and doing that. It's completely the computer. I'm not going to just go and cut them either. It's just going to take a lot of time. So I'm going to leave them on the team as backups. It's not that big of a deal, but let's advance now and I'll let you know what the record's looking like at the midseason mark. Okay, so how is the team here at week 9? 4-3, better than last season. That's good for 2nd place here in the division. The Packers are also 4-3. Lions 3-5. Bears 2-6. The division is not too strong. Hopefully, though, we can play well the second half of the year and make it into the playoffs, of course. Penn Sewell does have superstar development. He's up to an 80 overall. He is a very, very good left tackle for us here. And then on the defensive side, this is what the team is looking like. I'm actually really excited that Jeff Gladney has superstar development because he's going to develop super well. Honestly, I'm more happy for that than I am for Justin Jefferson because I figured Justin Jefferson would develop anyway just because he's going to be the slot receiver. He's going to get a ton of targets. He's up to an 85 as well. Also, if you guys didn't notice, I think Onoma has star development. Dalvin Cook needs to come back to the team. I'm definitely going to do that. Anthony Harris is here once again. Kirk Cousins is here. I don't know if I want Kirk Cousins. Maybe if he had a really good season, I'll like bring him back for one more season. Pat Elflein is probably a good enough guard to stay on the team here. I kind of forgot to talk about this, but I already signed back a couple players in free agency. Dalvin Cook and Pat Elflein are back on the team, but Anthony Harris and Kirk Cousins are still here. I don't think I'm going to bring either of those guys back right now. I will deal with them at the end of the year. Team missed out on the playoffs this year, man. What did we go? We finished 7-9, and the second half of the year was not kind to us. How did the team play, though? Kirk Cousins over 4,000 yards, 27 touchdowns, 15 picks. Yeah, he's just not playing too well. I like the yardage, but the interceptions are just far too many right now. Maybe we look to replace him then? I don't know. We'll have to look into free agency to see which quarterbacks are available because this draft does not look too good at quarterback. There's like a guy I could potentially land a bit later in the class, but I don't know. Dalvin Cook, almost 1,100 yards, 10 touchdowns. He had a really good season. Did his best trying to carry the offense. Justin Jefferson did his best as well. 92 catches, 1,100 yards, 8 touchdowns for him. Adam Thielen gets 5 touchdowns. Irv Smith gets 3. Penn Sewell kind of struggled this year, as did Brian O'Neill, but I guess it's not too bad. I've definitely seen worse. 110 tackles there for Eric Kendricks. 9 tackles for loss for Troy Dye, Ayabi Onoma, and Anthony Zettel. I'm probably really mispronouncing his name. Anthony Zettel, though, 9.5 sacks, leads the team. How did he get more than Danielle Hunter? And Onoma. What is going on with this scheme right now? 3 picks, though, for Mike Hughes, 2 for Eric Kendricks and Troy Dye, 1 for Jeff Gladney and Holton Hill. We have no blocked kicks, safeties, or touchdowns. Okay, but we were 19th in the NFL in offense this year. I feel like defense was near the bottom again. We were 26th. Yeah, we're pretty close to number 32 there. Cam Newton wins MVP. He plays so well in this game, it's insane. NFC Offensive Player of the Year goes to Cam Newton as well. Nobody from the Vikings. Defensive Player of the Year is going to Jordan Hicks. Again, nobody from the Vikings. Offensive Rookie of the Year is Stephen Carr, but Devontae Smith at number 3. Defensive Rookie of the Year is Pele Gadioti. I feel like there's no chance I pronounced that correctly, but why not take a shot? Onoma, though, at number 5. Okay. This year was kind of a throwaway season. Like, maybe these guys developed well, but I don't know. Let's just go straight to the Super Bowl. Super Bowl 55 is between the Ravens and the Packers. The Ravens are going to win 24-21. Okay, so the team is still looking so good. It just sucks that we haven't made it to the playoffs yet. Anybody up in development trait, though? I don't think so, at least on the offensive side. But there's a lot of really good players still on this team. I am going to move on from Kirk Cousins this season, though. I'm going to try to start a rookie next year and see how that goes. Defensively, anybody up in development trait? I don't think anyone is. We just need a few more positions, and I think this team can be really, really good. But let's hop into free agency here. Actually, before I do that, do I want to bring back Anthony Harris? I don't really know if I do. He's still not too bad, but I don't think I want him back on the team. Holton Hill, I'm going to refrain from bringing back as well. I'm looking to land potentially a number 1 star cornerback. Because if we're going to have a quarterback on a rookie contract, we can spend a lot of money here, actually, and be okay with it. So, like, Marshawn Lattimore is a player I definitely want on the team. Keanu Neal is a player I want on the team as well. Sheldon Rankins, potentially. There are some good-looking defensive tackles in this class, so maybe I can just draft one. But there's a lot of players here who I should go after. So, Marshawn Lattimore, I'm going to start with him. So, Justin Herbert is available at quarterback. That's hilarious. It's just because he's on a weird contract. Same thing with Jordan Love. Okay. The funny thing is that I can probably go after Mitchell Trubisky and he'd go off for us, but that makes no sense. I don't want to get Mitchell Trubisky. Look at all the rookies. Jalen Hurts is down here too. Jacob Eason. Oh, man. We got Marshawn Lattimore on the team, but we did not get Keanu Neal. Come on, man. He would have been so good on this team, and now I need a new strong safety. We got Devin McCourty on the team. I decided to go after him. I think Harrison Smith is going to play strong safety for us now. And then Devin McCourty will just stay at free safety. Okay, so let's load into the draft here. We have a worse pick, obviously, this year. We have pick number 10. There are a couple people I would like to take in the early first round, but I'm not going to bother trading up. There should still be some pretty good players left at pick number 10. Daniel Woods goes at tight end to the Lions. So let's see who I want here. I'm looking for a defensive tackle, and I don't think there are any really good ones left. There is this guy who looks really good. Le'Veon Kyle does look good. Mid-first round talent. So I don't think he'd be a bad pick at the moment. But let's see if we can go elsewhere instead. There's a pretty good looking free safety who I actually no longer need. The quarterback I want to select is this guy, Daniel Bradley. His talent is early second round. I'll probably try to snag him next round if I'm able to. If not, then we're going to have a weird season with whoever I can find to start at quarterback. There are some really good late round offensive linemen in this class, so I'll probably end up taking them, and I'll just make the best possible offensive line I can. I think the pick right now is going to be that defensive tackle. He looks like one of the better players left, so let's go with him. Welcome to the team, Le'Veon Kyle. 74 overall, hidden development trait, ranked number 18, took him at number 10. A bit of a reach, but I would totally do that again. He's a good player, and I didn't want to try to trade down because we probably could not have gotten all that much for it anyway. And now here in the second round, I'm going to take that quarterback if I'm able to. Jacoby Gandy, pretty good looking running back, also goes to the Lions. This quarterback is still available. Daniel Bradley, welcome to the squad. He's a 70, but he has hidden development trait. Okay, that's very promising. He is going to start this season. Honestly, he'll probably play better than Kirk Cousins. I don't know what it is with like rookie quarterbacks, but in the correct schemes, they just go absolutely off, and I hope that happens for us here. Now in the third round, most likely I'm going to take one of those offensive linemen. I just have to figure out which one I want. Martin Villalobos? Is that how you pronounce that last name? I don't know, but 21 years old. He's a good-looking left tackle. We don't really need a left tackle, but he could play right tackle for us. There's Oscar Boyd, who's decent. He's definitely not a guy I'm considering right now. There's also this right tackle, Rhett Rogan, who skipped the combine. I was about to check how many reps this guy had, but I realized that he skipped the combine. We could just go for the baller, but there's also a chance that guy will be available next round. I'm going to go with this left tackle right now. He's a 75, and he has hidden. That's massive, that he has hidden development trait. Okay, he's probably going to play right tackle for us, and I'll figure out what I want to do with the rest of the offensive line. Because, you know, the unit is playing decently well. The tackles have been struggling, though, so I've just been trying different pieces out. Brian O'Neill didn't really play too well last season. Let's check out this right tackle. He's actually still here, Rhett Rogan. He's a 75 with hidden as well. Who do I start? I don't know which one of these guys to start. I feel like they should both play somewhere, but I don't know, dude. The only player I have left who I could take is Denzel Knight, who actually looks like a really, really good value pick. I'm going to trade away this pick, though, and take him with my next one. So let's see what we can get for the 10th pick in the 4th round. It'd be cool if we can get a 3rd rounder next year, but I highly doubt we'll be able to. No, we can't. Okay, so I just want some stuff for next year. Like that Dolphins 4th round draft pick I'll probably end up taking, because I'm sure that's going to be a pretty, good draft pick for us next year. I'm going to go ahead and take this safety. He's not going to get too much playing time, but he's definitely a good player. He was supposed to go in the 7th round, but his talent is 3rd round. So welcome to the team. He's a 67 with normal. That's a really good draft pick. 85 speed, 87 acceleration, good pursuit, good hit power. Okay, he's a good backup safety. I think this draft went pretty well. We landed a couple players who are definitely going to start. I have to figure out what I want to do with both of these tackles. I might just end up starting the right tackle because that's where we need help right now. I don't know, man. It's a weird situation, but let's see who the best player in the class was. A 79 overall. This guy did look really good. If he fell to me, I was certainly going to take him. I probably could have traded up for him too, because he went at pick number 7. That wouldn't be that bad to trade up for, but Devron Steed looked insane. Really, really good defensive tackle. Joseph Prince at right end. Edmund Clayton is a really good looking free safety. And then we have George Brennan and William Burnett at the other 77 overalls. So overall, a pretty good looking class. But where's that other quarterback? Because there was one other quarterback who was supposed to go in the 1st round. He just didn't look that good, though. He went number 1 overall, Russell Sheffield, and he went to the Bears. That sucks, because he's going to go off for the Bears. Let's see what his development trait is. It's Superstar X Factor. They really have a Superstar X Factor quarterback now. And he's in the division. Okay, well, we probably won't make the playoffs ever again. This is going to be the team here heading into this next season. So we have a lot of rookies playing and a lot of young players playing in general. I think this team can play well. I thought the team could play well last year too, and they didn't really, do that well. But hopefully Bradley can play better than Kirk Cousins. He still has really good options to throw the ball to. He has a good overall offensive line. He has a good tight end duo as well. I think I'm going to throw Brian O'Neill on the trade block actually, because we don't really need him on the team anymore, and I'd rather get some value from him if I'm able to. Tackles usually have a lot of value, so let's see what we can get for him. And then on the defensive side, we added Devin McCourty to play free safety. We added Marshawn Lattimore to play cornerback number 1. I think Jeff Gladney is going to be number 2. And then we also drafted Le'Veon Kyle to be the number 2 defensive tackle. This team looks pretty good to me. I definitely think they can make it to the playoffs, but let's see what happens. We have a bye week here at week 9, but how is the team doing? 5-2-1. We are on top of the division. Okay, maybe we can finally make it to the playoffs. 4-2-2 for the Lions, 4-3 for the Bears, 3-4-1 for the Packers. A lot of ties in this division. Let's check out the development trait, though, of the quarterback. Show me Superstar X Factor. No, it's just Star. It sucks that other quarterback is so much better. Sucks even more, though. He's in the division. There is no way I was going to be able to draft him, by the way. I was not going to trade up to pick number 1 to get that done. He also just didn't look all that good. He was a late first-round quarterback. I know that sometimes that leads to superstar development. I don't think it's a super consistent sort of thing, but I've seen it a lot, actually, so there might be some kind of relation there. But Rogan has star development. Okay, pretty good there at right tackle. The defensive tackle also has star. It sucks that none of those guys had superstar. A lot of potential for it, but it's okay. I still think we did pretty well in that draft. But who has to come back to the team now? Michael Pearce is the top free agent. He's a player I do want. He's really good for us here. Harrison Smith, I wouldn't mind bringing back for another 2 years. Devin McCourty, I'm going to pass on. Mike Hughes, I should probably bring back. Brian O'Neill, I no longer need. I tried to throw him on the trade block, but nobody wanted him for some reason. He's not a bad right tackle. I'm surprised no one threw anything at him. Tajay Sharp, I don't want on the team either. So I'm just going to bring back these 2 players here, and then Mike Hughes. We did it! We finished 8-6-2 and made the playoffs. We have to go up against the Lions with the same record. Okay. 8-7-1 for the Bears. We literally just barely made the playoffs because of a tie. Same thing with the Lions there. 5-10-1 for the Packers. Oh my. We got so close to missing out on the playoffs. But Daniel Bradley played pretty well his rookie year. This is definitely better than anything Kirk Cousins did for us. 4,200 yards, 32 touchdowns, 17 picks. More importantly, though, what did this Bears quarterback do? He had a better season for sure. He definitely won Offensive Rookie of the Year. He's already an X Factor. Give it to us. He had a really good season, though. It sucks we weren't able to land him. Dalvin Cook, though, 5.4 yards per carry, 7 touchdowns. Alexander Madison, 4.1 yards per carry. Really good seasons there. Justin Jefferson, again, is going off. Adam Thielen, almost 1,000 yards. Irv Smith, 4 touchdowns. Dalvin Cook gets 7 receiving touchdowns. Seems like the tackles still can't block well. Neither can Pat Elflein. I don't know what to do with all those guys. They're good players. They should be playing better than that. 111 tackles for Eric Kendricks and Troy Dye. 100 for Harrison Smith. We have 16 tackles for loss for Onoma. How many sacks do we have? 8 for him as well. 5.5 for Michael Pearce. Only 5 for Danielle Hunter. Expected him to do better than this. 2 picks for Eric Kendricks and Jeff Gladney, 1 for Troy Dye, Anthony Barr, Harrison Smith, Mike Hughes, Kavon Wallace, even though he shouldn't really be on this team, and Marshawn Lattimore. No touchdowns or safeties, but we do have 3 blocked kicks, Eric Kendricks, Michael Pearce, and Bryson Glenn. Okay. On offense, we are now 3rd, so adding that quarterback seems to have helped us out a lot, and then 12th on defense. Okay, the team is finally looking pretty good now. Carson Wentz is going to win MVP. Anybody from the Vikings? No, but Justin Herbert on the Patriots. Maybe that's their plan all along. That's why they're not going after any quarterback. They're just going to get Justin Herbert in a couple seasons when he's cut, I guess, from the Chargers. NFC Offensive Player of the Year goes to Carson Wentz as well. Of course, that Bears quarterback at number 3. He did have a good season, though. He definitely deserves it. Defensive Player of the Year is Bobby Wagner. Nobody from our team. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Daniel Bradley at number 2. So close to winning it. It's alright, though. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Francis Payton is going to win that one. Le'Veon Kyle at number 5. Bryson Glenn at number 7. And then Brent Banks at number 10. He's a 59 overall. Okay. I spent my coach experience just there. I'm going to upgrade Rashad Hicks. He's a 55 overall. And then we are going to advance by this game against the Lions. We should have a higher overall team than them. But the Lions have actually been playing pretty well. And their tight end is an X Factor. Okay, Daniel Woods is, I guess, a beast. 82 overall. They have another tight end with superstar in TJ Hawkinson. That's hilarious. I wonder if Hawkinson would end up on the trade block then. I don't know. But let's advance by, go to the divisional round. Let's see if we can beat them. And we cannot. 35-18. So we barely made it into the playoffs, and we got crushed. The Ravens are in another Super Bowl, this time having to go up against the 49ers. Of course, a Super Bowl rematch. Let's see who's going to win it this time, though. The Ravens are going to win 24-10. Now, let's see. Justin Jefferson, are you up to X Factor? I doubt it. He had a good year, but I don't think it's good enough. He actually does go up to X Factor. Okay, I guess it was good enough. Bradley is a 74 overall now. These guys both have star development. I don't know what to do with this offensive line. We have a lot of players who are good. I should probably start Villalobos. I'm definitely mispronouncing that. I should start him somewhere, though. Maybe at left guard, because Pat Elflein didn't play well last season. I don't know what to do. We just have so many young offensive linemen. It's rough to decide who should start. Defensively, though, Anoma is up to superstar development. Okay, that's actually really big for us. I don't think anyone else on this side of the ball is up in development. Anthony Barr isn't looking that good anymore. Maybe we can get rid of him soon. Devin McCourty is not going to be on the team after I simulate here in a second. So I'm going to have to be looking for a safety here in free agency. But along with that, I'm going to try to find an outside linebacker if I can, or just any kind of linebacker to start over Anthony Barr. And then just whatever else I can find. So like Jair Alexander would be huge on this team. But do I want him? I haven't gone after him in a little while. And he would help out a lot, actually. I'm going to go after Jair Alexander. We're going to spend a lot of money in free agency here. Let's see how good we can make this team. J.J. Watt would be pretty big too, but I don't really need him that badly. I don't want to spend money in that regard. We don't really need another receiver either. Deron Payne would be pretty good at defensive tackle, but we do have Le'Veon Kyle, who's not too bad. I can use another safety, that's for sure. Jeff Okudah is available? Why? So is DeAndre Swift. This is just so funny to me. I do need another safety. Demarius Randall. Clinton Dix. Clinton Dix wouldn't be too bad for this next season. We're just getting all these, former Packers players. I'm going to go after him. Harrison Smith can slide back to free safety if I need him to. And then I do still need a linebacker of some sort. Not Tyus Bowser. Not Anthony Walker. Not Leonard Floyd. Oluokun wouldn't be too bad. But he's not that much better than Anthony Barr at the moment. So maybe I'll look to draft a linebacker instead and just see who's available. Javon Kinlaw. There's so many rookies down here. It's so funny, man. I think I might just go after J.J. Watt. Dude, why not just spend like all the money we have? I can't even get him. I'm going to offer him that 88-point contract. If he accepts it, he accepts it, but he probably won't. Okay, we did not get J.J. Watt, but we did get Clinton Dix and Alexander. So those guys both make the defense a lot better. Okay, so I know exactly who I want to take in the first round. I feel like he should be available. Supposed to go, I think, mid-second round. All right, let's check if this guy is available. He is Jalen Skinner. Supposed to go early second round. That was actually a bit of a risk, but we're going to take him here. Welcome to the team. He's a 72 overall hidden development trait. He's ranked number 18, took him at number 22. 88 speed, 85 acceleration, 82 pursuit, 74 zone coverage. This guy could definitely play safety if I wanted him to, but he's going to stay at outside linebacker. He's probably going to play instead of Anthony Barr, and I think Anthony Barr will just be the backup middle linebacker. I'm going to go with Jawan Addison here, just to be a backup safety for us. Welcome to the team. He's a 70 overall normal development, ranked number 32, took him at number 54. That guy's actually a really solid looking player. He's supposed to go somewhere in the third round. So I don't mind taking him there in the late second. Are you ready for me to take a kicker in the third round? Because I'm totally going to. And this guy is going to be a good draft pick as well. Here he is, Kevin Nickerson. Welcome to the team. He's a 70 with normal, ranked number 27, 91 kick power, 78 kick accuracy. And now in the next round, I'm going to follow this up with a punter, who's also going to be a good draft pick, because this punter is supposed to go in like the second round. So it's probably going to be like a 67 with normal, but he has incredible kicking stats. That's all we care about here. Here he is, Conrad Blake, also one of the best names I've ever heard. Look at this man, 67 overall normal development. Let's check out these kicking stats though. 88 kick power, 71 kick accuracy, 77 speed. This guy can move. Check out the draft recap then after that stellar draft where we drafted a kicker and a punter in the third and fourth round. Questionable decision making for sure. Kedrick Stanton's actually a pretty good looking player. Normal development, 6'2", 89 speed. Okay, not a bad looking player at all. A couple guys in the 50s then that the computer was able to land for me. But he was the best player in the class. I see a 78 down there. This guy did look really good. Jeff Copeland looked insane. Hidden development for this guy. 79 zone coverage, 83 hit power, 80 pursuit, 87 acceleration. He was a really solid looking player. And then Dudley Boyd, in 94 speed running back, 78 overall for him. Alright, well, pretty good draft, I think, from us once again, based on where we were selecting. We got a couple players who could start. Of course, that kicker and punter, those guys are both going to start, and I think that outside linebacker will start, like I mentioned before. For what will likely be the final season, this is going to be the team. It's an 86 overall, 87 offense, 85 defense. Now, I'm hoping that Bradley can have a really good second season. He played really well his first year, but I'm hoping he can build off that and just throw fewer picks is really all I'm looking for, to be honest. He has some really good options to dump the ball off to. Dalvin Cook is up to a 94. Justin Jefferson's a 91. Adam Thielen is down in overall, but an 87 still isn't bad. The offensive line is looking good. The tackles haven't been playing too well, but maybe this year they can play better. I don't know. It's really random, honestly. Irv Smith, though, is a good option at tight end. And then on the defensive side, we have Skinner starting at left outside linebacker. Clinton Dix is on the team now at strong safety. Jair Alexander is playing cornerback number 1. Now, this team does look really good, I think. Hopefully they can make it to the playoffs, but I'll see you at the end of the year. Okay, so just barely once again, the team is in the playoffs. I swear, I think the Vikings are just cursed in the game. I don't think we've had a bad team one year. And the team just is not doing as well as I thought they would be. But anyway, we're 8-8. We're in the playoffs. I guess I can't complain too much. We do not win the division. So 3 teams from this division make the playoffs. And 2 of them went 9-7. That makes no sense. 6-9-1 for the Lions. Let me just check out the NFC. The NFC looked so bad then. How did we all make the playoffs there? So the Panthers were good, but then every other team was so bad. The Cardinals make the playoffs going 7-9. Oh, geez. Okay, yeah, this division was not good. A lot of teams around the 9-7, 8-8 mark there. 7-9 mark as well. That's hilarious. The Panthers were like the only really good team in the NFC this season. Okay, well, let's check out the stats. How did the quarterback do in his sophomore year? There's another dog outside going crazy. Always happens. I feel like you guys should be used to it by now, if you can even hear him. But Daniel Bradley, I'd take this season over his rookie season for sure. Threw fewer interceptions, only like 1 fewer touchdown, I want to say. He did have fewer yards, but I'm good with almost having 4,000 with 31 touchdowns. That's fine. Dalvin Cook, another really good season for him. 4.7 yards per carry, 8 touchdowns. Justin Jefferson is insane. 100 catches, 1,400 yards, 15 touchdowns. He is incredible. He's been so good this entire time. Adam Thielen gets 841 yards, 3 touchdowns. Irv Smith gets 6 touchdowns. Dalvin Cook gets 4 receiving touchdowns as well. So Penn Sewell hasn't been playing well since joining the team. I guess it's whatever. Rhett Rogan didn't really make the transition to guard too well either. I don't know, man. Defensively, we have 128 tackles for Eric Kendricks, 104 for Marshawn Lattimore, 11 tackles for loss for Danielle Hunter, 10 for Le'Veon Kyle, and finally somebody over 10 sacks, Danielle Hunter with 10.5. 6 picks for Jair Alexander. He was a really good player to go after. 2 for Eric Kendricks, 1 for Jalen Skinner, Jeff Gladney, and HaHa Clinton-Dix. No touchdowns or safeties, but we do have 3 blocked kicks there. Offense is probably not top 10. Yeah, it's 15th, but they seem pretty efficient at least. Defensively, we are 10th in terms of yardage. Okay, not bad. MVP this year, if it goes to that Bears quarterback, I'm going to be pissed, and it goes to Josh Allen. Nobody from the Vikings is on this list. Let's check out Offensive Player of the Year for the NFC. Anybody from the Vikings? We do have our quarterback at number 9. That's pretty cool. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Quan Alexander. Eric Kendricks, I feel like, should be on the list, and he's actually not. He had a lot of tackles. I figured that was enough. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Grant Fisher, a 73 overall player. Malcolm Mooney at number 7. I don't even know who that is. Defensive Rookie of the Year is Dennis Carey, but Jalen Skinner at number 3. Best quarterback in the NFC is Matt Ryan, but we do have Daniel Bradley at number 5. That's pretty cool. He's better than the Bears quarterback. He's up to an 85. Superstar X Factor is absolutely something else. Best running back is Saquon Barkley. Dalvin Cook is down here at number 8. Best wide receiver is Justin Jefferson, though. Best offensive lineman is David Bakhtiari. Nobody from our team there. That's fair. Best defensive lineman is Aaron Donald. Danielle Hunter, though, at number 6. Best linebacker is Khalil Mack. Eric Kendricks does not make this list either. It's really surprising. Best defensive back is Jalen Ramsey, but Jair Alexander at number 2. Best kicker is Brandon McManus, is our rookie kicker here. He is not. Unfortunate. Okay, so I just spent my couch experience and we upgraded the players as well, and now we have to take on the Cowboys. They're 8-7-1, but don't let the record fool you. The Cowboys are really good in this game. They're an 86, but we are better in terms of overall. Now, that doesn't really mean anything. We're probably still going to get stomped in this game, but let's advance by, see if we can make it to the divisional round here. We do end up losing 31-14. It's rather unfortunate, but we'll go straight to the Super Bowl here. The Chiefs and the Cardinals are in Super Bowl 57. Let's advance by. Let's see who's going to win. I think it's going to be the Chiefs. The Chiefs are incredible. The Cardinals are also pretty good, but the Cardinals actually destroy the Chiefs 45-28. Oh, no. Okay, let's check out what the team looks like here quickly before I end the video. Anybody up in development on the offense? No, I don't think so, but Justin Jefferson is up to a 96 overall. Bradley's up to a 78. Man, Justin Jefferson progressed so well. I don't think anyone there is up in development. Defensively, though, Eric Kendricks is up in development. I guess that's pretty cool to see. I don't think anyone else is. That's alright, though. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.